So, hello everybody and welcome to our very much a whistle-stop tour of common technical SEO issues and what to do about them. My name's Stephen, I'm a founder and director of strategy at Lexis Click, and we're based in Bournemouth. And I'm running this presentation today with Ross because we run the Solent Hug together. So if you're based in that part of the world, we'd love to see you at our next event in December.
And I'm Ross from bandv. Now, we realise that we are going to take you very quickly through what can be a particularly in-depth subject. So what we've done is, on our slide deck, we've got some tips and tools on the slides. Please do, they are available to download, although will be sent to you afterwards. So please do download them. We're not, as we go through it, going to read out the slides or dwell on them too much. But as I say, please do look at the deck after the event.
So we were thinking, after Vaughan's fantastic presentation on how to rank first for chocolate, how could we follow up on that? And the thing that came to us was that trying to do inbound marketing whilst having technical SEO issues with your website is a bit like Steph here trying to eat a bar of chocolate with the wrapper still on. So our aim today is to teach you how to take that wrapper off and get the benefits from the sweet success of inbound marketing.
Okay, so first issue, duplicate content. Quite like the mirror image there. Google sometimes can think that you've got good duplicate content when you aren't doing it on purpose. So just bringing it back to the first premise really about search engines and Google in particular, is that they do want to provide the best result for your search. And they work very hard at indexing and showing, or trying to show, relevant results for you. Now, if they think that there is duplicate content, they will hand down the appropriate penalties. So these are just some of the tips and some of the things that you can do to make sure that you don't fall foul of Google thinking you have duplicate content, when in the main, the likelihood is that it is just a technical issue.
SEO issue number 2 is page speed. Now, we've all become very impatient waiting for web pages to load, and if they don't load immediately, then we're very quick to move on to the next website. So think about that. If your page isn't loading as fast as your competitors, it's highly likely that that could be one of the reasons that that competitor is ranking above you in the search results. Our recommendation is that if your pages aren't loading in 1 second or under, that you need to prioritize improving the page load time of your web pages as a high priority. And we've got a list of some of the tools here that can help you improve that page load speed.
Okay, rapidly on to number 3, keyword cannibalization. Now, this is not as terrifying as it sounds. Essentially, when you've got a lot of content out there, so you might have landing pages, blog pages, site pages, and they're all after similar, or on similar or the same subject, you'll quite often have quite a lot of overlap of keywords. Now, Google can get confused about this. And what can happen is that when Google's looking at your pages, essentially they start kind of competing with each other for the same keywords. And actually, Google may pick a page that isn't your desired page to display for a certain keyword. So it will affect your ranking, and it will also show a page that maybe isn't the most relevant one that you have. Now, in order to get around this, it's really all about organisation. I know Vaughan touched on it as well. It's about organisation and research of your keywords. And a good way of doing it is creating a content hub, which is likely to be a site page that targets a short-tail, high-volume keyword, and then using your other content, so your blogs or maybe articles, to target longer-tail keywords that would then support that hub page.
SEO issue number 4 is down to links, either that they're low quality or you haven't got enough of them. So a bit like this poor fellow, if your SEO efforts run out of link juice, your inbound marketing activities may not be getting you where they need to go. A really common issue that we come across with links is where people have been undertaking old school SEO activities, and link building was part of that. So if you've undertaken old school SEO activities and link building has been part of those activities, we highly recommend that you run a full link audit on your website using some of these tools down the bottom. Identify any poor quality links and get those cleared out. The second very common issue when it comes to link building is not actively building links. So links are the second most important element when it comes to increasing your rankings through SEO. And a bit like the old adage is that if you don't ask, you don't get. That's very true when it comes to link building. So you need to be actively promoting the content and pages on your website, going out there and actively building links into those pages from high quality and relevant websites.
Okay, to number 5, poor heading structure. Now, Search Metrics 2015, so just last year, their ranking factors report uncovered that 2 in every 5 web pages in the search results pages don't utilise H1 tags. And what this means is that for people that aren't doing it at the moment, it is a massive, massive open goal. It's so easy to do, and everybody should be doing it. So make sure that you're utilising the appropriate heading tags on your website and in a hierarchical structure, so H1 being the most important, H2, H3, etc. Now, one thing to point out is that we've got only one H1 tag on any page. That's true in most respects, but if you've got a long article and you've got different sections of that article that are on different subject areas, but all of them have the same kind of weight, then if there's a heading for each of those subjects, then you can use more than one H1 tag on a page.
So we come to SEO issue number 6, which is content to HTML ratio. Now, hopefully, a lot of you here will remember the old Ferrero Rocher advert. And if you imagine that the box in the image you've just seen is the HTML site code and the chocolate is the content, the Google bot, a bit like most of us here, is most interested in the chocolate. So if your site doesn't have enough content or chocolate on it, you may find that the Google bot is heading off to these other parties that are offering them a lot more chocolate. So things to remember when it comes down to getting this balance right is making sure that you've got sufficient content on the page, that it's highly relevant to the topic that you're trying to attract the traffic in on, and also that the balance of HTML code to content is at the right sort of level.
Okay, incorrect redirects. So there's nothing more annoying when you're looking for some information or a product and it's moved or you can't find it and it's not redirected, you get a 404 error. So using redirects is definitely something everybody should be doing, but if you're using redirects, then it's also massively important to make sure that you audit them regularly to make sure of 2 things. Make sure that 1, the redirect is the right type of redirect, so whether it's a permanent or a temporary redirect, and also 2, that it's pointing to the right place. Very easy things to do, but very easy to forget when you're updating things and end up with a bit of a disaster on your hands. So make sure that you test and fix any issues. Essentially, the redirects need to make sense to a user, and they also need to make sense to Google, so that the collateral or the ranking factors in your page are passed on to the new one, and that your users are getting the information or the products that they're looking for.
So SEO issue 8 is poor meta optimization, and this is a little bit like trying to drive your car with a flat tire. And it's equally simple to fix. So the key things that you need to remember is that for each page on your website, you need to have a unique, relevant, and compelling HTML page title and HTML page description. They're really important. What we recommend that you do is, if you think you may have any of these problems, is that you run a full site audit using a tool called Screaming Frog. You identify anywhere that you have duplicates or missing meta descriptions or page titles, and you get those fixed as soon as possible. Also, if you're using a tool like HubSpot COS or WordPress, HubSpot COS has this optimization check built into it, and WordPress, there's simple tools available that do a very similar job. Once you've got those fixed, our other recommendation is to make sure that you keep on top of the maintenance of the website and run regular checks on Google Search Console. So if any issues pop up through the monthly use of the site, that you fix those as and when they come up.
Okay, really important one, mobile friendly. Seriously, if anybody has a website at the moment and it isn't mobile friendly, I'm going to assume that you're still using one of these things. It is still a really big issue on Google's radar. They released an update of their their mobile friendly algorithm end of April, beginning of May of this year. In part of that update, they actually tested displaying warning signs to site owners to say your site is not mobile friendly, and it's all part of their kind of work towards boosting mobile friendliness on the web. One of the things that's really important to point out here is the Accelerated Mobile Pages project, which Google and Facebook and a lot of other larger internet companies are really pushing, and that is something that it's just going to move mobile friendliness and the mobile web on again. So please don't neglect your mobile friendliness and make sure you don't get left behind.
And SEO issue number 10 is crawl issues and broken links. So if you have crawl issues or broken links on your website, that can indicate to Google that your website's out of date or that it's not being regularly maintained. So again, what we recommend is that you identify those issues as quickly as possible. So run a crawl site with Xenu or Screaming Frog and identify any broken links on the website and get those fixed. That's a pretty simple and straightforward fix. Then if you use a tool like Google Search Console, again, it's a free tool and it plugs into Google Analytics, that will highlight to you any crawl issues that Google has found with your website. So make sure that you're reviewing that at least monthly and fixing any of the issues that Google's signaling to you as a website. If you're using WordPress, you can also install a plugin that will notify you as and when those broken links are found. So if you keep those nice and clean, each time Google comes to your website, it won't be finding issues, or it will find that issues are fixed, and that will help improve your rankings rather than getting you demoted.
Okay, so what we've done is we're very much aware that this is a subject, as I said at the beginning, that could be really in-depth, and there may well be people in the room that have got all of these things covered off. So what we've done is just added to the deck 8 extra kind of pro tips or advanced things that you can look into and that you should be on your radar for your technical SEO. We can't go into all of them in detail right now. Suffice to say that there are some massive benefits that you can have with these things. In particular, AMP, so the accelerated mobile pages, and also schema. Schema is really important. A great website just to look up and find out a little bit more about schema, schema.org. Really recommended as a starting point. So remember to download the deck, have a look at all of the tools and tips that we've given, and hopefully we'll see you with better technical SEO.
See ya. There you go.